Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to today's morning report with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets on Friday the 28th of November. These European markets have started actually on the back foot. It's the first time really that we've seen any real selling pressure come through this week, and it's sort of now coming on the back of the oil price, which is putting pressure on any sort of oil-related stocks around the world. Certainly the Aussie stock market overnight was pretty disappointing, pretty weak, all the oil stocks in Australia being hit, and subsequently here in Europe that seems to be the case as well. Anything related to oil is being sold off today, and that's putting pressure certainly on equities. And the markets are falling. DAX is down 0.4, FTSE is down 0.6, so FTSE continues to underperform, interestingly, on the DAX. So there is a slight bit of profit taking after this strong run higher that we've had. There was no lead, obviously, from Wall Street yesterday, Thanksgiving holiday, and you're actually going to get lower volumes probably today as well, due to the fact that they're also closed for another half day. And in terms of forex markets, what we have seen is the dollar rebounding actually in the last few hours. Certainly in the last day, half day, the dollar has rebounded and strengthened against the euro, pulling the euro lower, sterling lower. Dollar yen has found some support, and also the gold price, interestingly, has come off as well. So this is the dollar index, which certainly suggests that it's found a bit of support here. Now the big focus that we've got to look forward to today is the Eurozone CPI data, or HICP, sorry, HICP inflation data. The flash number that we're going to get today is out at 10 o'clock. And it's forecast to come in at 0.3%, so just down from 0.4% last month. And looking at the Eurozone countries that announced their inflation data yesterday, such as Germany and Spain. Spain disappointed, and Germany actually dipped back towards 0.7, I think it was, on the German number, and it certainly looks as though the inflation data for the Eurozone as a whole is going to be slightly dipping back, and that should put pressure on the euro, and it's what we're seeing at the moment. Sorry, just quick correction. Germany inflation came in at 0.5%, so that suggests certainly that, as I said, the Eurozone remains under pressure in terms of disinflation, and that is why we're seeing the euro weaker today, in my opinion, as well. That sort of takes me to my chart of the day, and just generally, as I said, the stock markets in Europe are slightly lower, and the DAX is my chart of the day. And interestingly, the DAX has started on the back foot. As I said, we've had 11 days up in a row in the DAX, and it was slightly shy of that 10,050 all-time high level that we saw back in June. June, and we've had 11 days in a row of positive gains on the DAX, which has seen this the DAX index move strongly higher. RSI up towards 75 overnight. I wrote my morning report article before, obviously, the market opened, and not really realizing that there was going to be a bit of obviously weakness around the open. But it certainly looks like a bit of profit taking has come in, and this DAX is now on the RSI dipping back towards 72. That at 75, it was the highest since December last year, which is when it got to around 80. But certainly you would say that the momentum is stretched on the upside, and if we do start to see a bit of a decline, bit of a dip, that could turn into more subsequent profit taking, and we could well see the DAX coming back again. Now, the initial breakout support obviously comes in around that 98, 91 level, and interestingly, we've had 9,900 pretty much, so within 10 or so pips of that or points of that breakout level. But I'm looking at this chart, and I think if a correction does set in, I'd be looking for it to come back towards the 9,600 level, which is a consistent pivot level on this DAX chart for the supports and the resistances. So obviously being above it, it's now turned into support. So 9,600 I'd be looking at for a basis of support. There's also a minor basis of support around that 98 but sort of 9800 as well, which is again a bit of a pivot level. So a couple of round number pivot levels for you to work with potentially on a DAX correction. But it certainly looks as though, I mean, the indicators on the momentum are still strong. DAX is, sorry, the RSI has dipped on the DAX, but the MACD line's still okay, and the stochastic's still okay. But I still think that there is the prospect of this correction, near-term correction, that would be very. I think if it came back towards 9,600 and actually started to find support, I think that would be a very good buying opportunity, in fact. But at the moment, I think DAX is a bit stretched, and I think it is due a bit of a correction. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on the DAX today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.